He has been as clutch as you can be. The 0-1 out wide, 1 ball, 1 strike. Humphreys pumping it up there to about 94. It's a good velo from the left-hander. Taylor, not in the top 30 prospects for MLB Pipeline, but of the players that are outside that list, he's impressed me the most this week. 1-2 as Taylor swung over top of it.
It was a multi-hit game for Taylor yesterday, and he's had a slew of those this week.
Even yesterday, he picked up a double and was the go-ahead run in the 10th inning when craziness ensued. The 1-2 topped right at the plate. Caught a piece of him, but he never left the batter's box, so it'll be a foul ball. Well, we'll talk about it as the night goes on, but that 10th inning for Salem left much to be desired. They had all the opportunity in the world to blow it open, and they botched it. The 1-2 ran it in tight, didn't catch a piece of him. 2-2. That'll wake you up.
Yeah, it's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball at your elbow. Definitely one that just got away from Humphreys.
2-2 now. Check swing. They appeal. He went around, says Gustavo Garza. Back-to-back strikeouts for Humphreys as we head to the bottom of the first, scoreless in the Hill City in the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network. Check out Creative Edge Design Incorporated for your signs, banners, and wrap services. We are a 3M certified graphics installation company backed by a 3M warranty, protecting your graphics against any cracking, fading, or peeling for over 10 years. Your graphics will continue to look exactly like they did on the day they were installed. Visit us at cedi.biz for more information. Creative Edge Designs, custom designs for you.
Are you a fan of fireworks or collecting sports memorabilia? Or maybe instead of the bar, you want to spend your nights at the ballpark? Whatever your passion, the Lynchburg Hillcats have a mini plan package for you. Make sure to secure your tickets for every Thirsty Thursday, Freebie Friday, or fireworks show Saturday with one of our dated mini plans. Craving more baseball? Sign up for our 30-game mini plan. Not sure what games you want to go to? The Hillcats offer undated mini plans as well. For more information and to purchase your 2024 mini plan, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
You're listening to the 30th anniversary season of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball.
JoJo Ingracia, the 14th round pick out of Cal State Fullerton. He's been outstanding this season, 2-0 with the 1.46 ERA. And the Hillcats really have not had any success against him this season, Connor.
No, it's been in small sample sizes in both of the times Lynchburg's seen him, but he was phenomenal in both of those appearances out of the bullpen. 7 strikeouts between 2 games, no earned runs, and you look at his season stats. Just 24 and 2/3 innings pitched, but 43 strikeouts on the season. He started as a member of the bullpen, and he was forced into the rotation just because of how dominant he was. I mean, the story for him over the last 5 games, he hasn't had a long leash. The longest he's gone is 4 innings. But even in 3 innings, he struck out 8 batters in that time.
First pitch to Esteban Gonzalez is swung on and missed, something we've seen from him. Swinging at the first pitch for much of his leadoff opportunities. Gonzalez batting .268, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. As the 0-1 topped foul for strike 2. Gonzalez just comes out swinging.
He does. Not necessarily your prototypical leadoff approach, but batting .268 on the season, OPS of 800, so you're doing something right.
Breaking ball never broke around the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good eye for Gonzalez. He had his 5th home run earlier in this series. It's a 2-strike pitch from the left-hander. Got him to chase. Went slider down and away, and Gonzalez couldn't lay off. That'll bring up last night's hero, Ralphie Velasquez, and what a ball game for him. 2 extra base hits, a 3-hit performance, including the game-winning double in the 10th inning, which scored 2 and brought Lynchburg all the way back. He's got his average up to 280, 32 RBIs. Slider caught the zone for strike one. Ingracia kicks and fires. That's launched. Center field. Blaze ranging back, hustling back, backpedaling, and right in front of the wall makes the grab for out number 2.
Ralphie squared that one up, sent it a far ways to center. For Blaze, obviously, he's a huge piece of this team that they're happy to have back, and you look at the lineup for that. He's been hitting the ball well this season, slots into that leadoff spot. But also, he's comfortable in the outfield. You can tell that he's got good feel for the position, and that's something that this series, Salem's been lacking at times. So it's just good to get another outfielder out there that you're confident in.
Missing out wide for ball 1. They have had Andy Lugo playing in the outfield at times this series, and that has been disastrous for Salem. As 2-0 on Churios, it missed wide again. Lugo has just had a rough series all across the diamond. Wherever he's played, the defensive prowess has just not been there. The 2-0. A good slider that found the zone. 2-1.
Churio comes in today on a 5-game hit streak, the longest active streak of any Hillcat.
Churio chased downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Churio batting .293, 26 RBIs, an OPS of .820. He's been an on-base machine. He doesn't strike out much. Now the 2-2. Missing down and away, full count. Nobody aboard. 2 down. The payoff pitch grounded over toward third, backhanded by Anderson across the diamond to Lugo, and the inning is over. So a 5-3 putout makes the first inning go quietly as we head to the second on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Scientech Systems is your technology partner. Whether it's business class internet, phone and TV, or their world-class IT services, Scientech is here to manage your technology needs so you can focus on what you love to do. Visit Scientech.com for a free quote today.
Celebrate the history of America's pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that shape and change the game and our country. And relive the careers of legends who have earned the greatest honor in sports. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Humphreys went 1-2-3 through the first inning, as Alcantara, Lugo, and De Leon will be the 3 due up against him. Alcantara, boy, he was frustrated at the end of the ball game last night. He let the ball go right through his wickets in the 8th inning that tied up the ball game. Now, in his defense, it bounced off the mound, took an awkward spin, and went right through, but in reality, that's a play he needs to make because he had plenty of time to wait back on it. And then in the 10th inning, we mentioned that when things got crazy, they had the bases loaded and nobody out. And Alcantara, for some reason, after a force out was recorded at home, Uton got in a rundown between second and third, and Alcantara decided to break for home. Driven up the middle, Churio charging in on it. Dives! He made the grab! Oh, it popped out at the last second, and a delayed call by the home plate umpire. Here comes Liam Carroll. Oh, wow. Hold on. They're going to say safe. The home plate umpire initially signaled out as Churio charged in on it. And then the field umpire decided to change up the call and call it a base knock, as Churio just could not control it. Now his back is toward home plate as Humphreys already on the bump. Nevertheless, though, Alcantara, granted, there would have been 2 outs regardless, but I don't know what he was trying to do by taking off for home, as he got tagged out at the plate, and it wasn't even remotely close. Throw over toward first, they tag, and they almost got him, as Alcantara got the benefit of the doubt there.
It's a firm pickoff from Jackson Humphreys. He's thrown over with the intentions of catching Alcantara napping there, almost did.
Runner holds, and it misses upstairs for ball 1. One aboard, nobody out, top of the second inning. The 1-0. Called a strike, 1-1. The crazy thing about that 10th inning play is 2 outs were made by the catcher at home plate.
Wow.
So just a disastrous way for that inning to unfold. They ended up only scoring 1 when they had the bases loaded and nobody out. Another throw over. Tag not in time.
We've seen Salem have trouble in those situations all series long. Lynchburg has in spurts as well, but overall, I would say I think the Hillcats have been pretty good with runners in scoring position this series.
This series, more than most, that's been a trouble point for them all season long. And if you look at their batting average, it doesn't say that. The runner takes off, the throw is high, the throw down. Pulls Napchik's glove up high as Alcantara swipes second. It's a runner in scoring position with nobody out. The average for the Hillcats with runners in scoring position is actually pretty impressive. With scoring position this season, they're batting .279.
Wow. Yeah, that's good.
But it just seems like they haven't been able to fully capitalize. Driven into deep left center field. Gonzalez on the run, hustling over. He won't get there. It lands in between him and the center fielder Churio. The throw comes in. Hanau firing toward home, and it'll be knocked down by Velasquez as Salem takes a 1-0 lead here in the second. A double for Lugo as he redeems himself with his bat after some rough defensive performances.
That's why he's been in the lineup. He's been a consistent hitter for them overall this season, and that's a big RBI. Taking a look at Jackson Humphreys' numbers, the biggest thing that stands out to me, in May, hitters are batting .281 against him. So he's having a better May than April for sure. But the biggest thing for him, when he's had struggles like his last 2 starts, is the hits. The walks, sure, he can clean up, but he's also been getting battered in the zone a bit. Seeing that here in the top of the second, back-to-back knocks for Salem.
De Leon swings and whips, 1-1. It was the second inning when Salem did pretty much all of their damage yesterday. They scored 4 runs in the frame, and they put on a 5th in the 7th inning. So the second inning was troublesome. The 1-1, lofted foul left field. 1-2. Scoreboard in left seems to be having a bit of trouble today. They've been off on pretty much every count. Right now it says it's a full count. It's actually 1-2.
De Leon wishes.
The 1-2 pitch. Fouled it away. A good breaking ball, and De Leon just fought it off. Going to come back door and wrap around. Runner on second, nobody out. Lugo takes his lead as De Leon swings through it. 3rd strikeout for Humphreys. There's one away. Nathaniel Uton. Uton, as we just mentioned, inexplicably got caught in the rundown when he took a wide turn of second in the 10th inning. As it's fouled away for strike one. It was a ground ball to Velasquez, who fired it home to get the lead runner, the force out at home. Then they threw it back to first base, and it bounced off the back of De Leon, who we just saw. Velasquez didn't let it get too far away, so he quickly picked it up. Uton thought it was going to squirt farther away, so he took a large turnaround second, thinking that the runner from third would be able to go home. And instead, he got caught in a rundown. Hanau chased him to third, and that's when Alcantara broke for home and was tagged out at the plate. Almost a triple play. Big swing and a miss, strike two. I mean, Hanau was about 5 feet from tagging Uton in between second and third before he decided the smart play is to go home. The 2-strike pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? They appeal. He did not, says Gustavo Garza. It was a well-executed play by the Hillcats. But for Salem, got to have better base running management. That's why they've struggled in this series. The 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Uton will try to get to first on a drop third strike. They'll step on the bag, and then Velasquez will eat it as Lugo takes off for third. So the drop third strike works out well. Stanley Tucker will step in. Now with 2 down, there's a runner 90 feet away. Here in the second, 1-0 lead already for the Red Sox.
5 outs recorded for Humphreys, 4 of them strikeouts. As Stanley Tucker had a pretty good game yesterday, 2 RBIs for him.
First pitch missing in tight, ball 1. Tucker, 8 RBIs on the season, including 2 of them last night in the second inning. The 1-0 didn't frame the corner. 2 balls and no strikes. Humphreys only 19 years old, the left-hander from Cary, North Carolina. He's the 8th round pick in 2022. Cleveland was able to convince him to sign a deal. Big breaking ball out wide. 3-0. A runner 90 feet away. That's Lugo. A 3-0 count on Stanley Tucker. We'll see if he gets the green light. He does. And he pops it up. Backpedaling. Due to the wind is Churio as he secures it. And the inning is over. A lot of green lights for the Red Sox this week. 1-0 advantage as we head to the bottom of the second on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
The YMCA has been serving Lynchburg and the surrounding community for years. With 2 Central Virginia locations, the YMCA has plenty to offer for kids and adults alike. To join or check out one of the classes, camps, or programs offered by the Y, visit ymcacva.org or stop in at their downtown or Jamerson locations. The YMCA is a proud partner of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball. Hey fans, are you looking to disconnect and enjoy a perfect getaway? Well, let me introduce you to Crabtree Falls Campground. With campsites right on the river, 4 rustic cabins, and bathrooms with hot water, Crabtree Falls Campground is your place to stay this summer. Located just an hour drive from Lynchburg, Crabtree Falls Campground is just a half-mile hike away from the tallest waterfall east of the Mississippi. Visit www.crabtreefallscampground.com or call them at 540-377-2066 to book your stay.
You're listening to Hillcats Baseball on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Jojo Ingracia Went 1-2-3 through Lynchburg in the first inning. Ingracia, a draftee out of Cal State Fullerton. Cleveland is familiar with another Cal State Fullerton alum, Tanner Bybee, who has been pretty dominant in his 2 seasons, well, 1.5 seasons with the Guardians. He finished second in Rookie of the Year voting last year as a pitcher, as he looked incredible. Now, his numbers have jumped a little bit this season, but Bybee's still a bona fide starter in that Cleveland rotation. So Ingracia comes from a place with good pitching genes in Cal State Fullerton out on the West Coast. As Angel Hanau takes out wide for ball 1. Hanau lost his 9-game hitting streak yesterday, 1 shy of double digits. He had a couple opportunities, but just could not capitalize. As he ropes that right into the gap for a base knock, and Hanau picks up where he left off. It gets past Tucker and goes all the way to the wall. Hanau will cruise into second to throw way offline. And a good job by De Leon to track it down before it got away. So a leadoff double for Angel Hanau, and can't hold a good man down for too long.
No, you can't. For Angel Hanau, now he's 5 for 13 on the series. He's just been up there with any hitter in the Carolina League this season. And when you look at his development as a prospect goes, I mean, he's batting just about 100 points higher than he did 1 season ago. Already has more home runs hit than he did 1 season ago. And his fielding, I would say, even has improved. He's gotten more looks at shortstop than he did last year, and he's been great there. So he has just been a staple in the middle of this Hillcats order.
He's shown a lot of improvement. He's got a big smile on his face at all times. He can hit, he can field, but he's also a leader. As Christian Knapczyk watches down and away for ball 1. Hanau, that's one of the areas that he really jumped this season, is just his leadership. He's always the guy that goes out and just encourages his pitcher when he sees them struggling or get in their own head. And that's something that Hanau a year ago wouldn't have had the confidence to do. And maybe it's because he had other guys around him that would do it for him. You think of guys like Nate Furman for part of the season and other college guys on the infield. But Hanau this season has had to take the step to the next level. The 2-1. Call it a strike, 2-2. And Hanau has answered the call in a big way. He's at second in a 2-2 count on Christian Knapczyk. As timeout is called, some chirping coming from the Hillcats dugout. And now Jordan Smith chirping from third base. Making sure Derek Pacheco hears every last bit of it.
We've had Pacheco and Garza a lot here this season.
This is their 3rd time in Lynchburg. As the 2-2 grounded towards second, gobbled up by De Leon and on to first, and there's 1 down, but Hanau will get 90 feet closer.
Yeah, you'll take that from Christian Knapczyk. We've talked about this order a lot this season, 1 through 5. Today, 1 through 6, but it's tough to find a deeper 1 through 6 in the Carolina League. Christian Knapczyk, especially in that 5 spot, I love it. It almost kind of resets the order as a second leadoff man in that 5 spot. And Antunes, last time we saw him, he had a pretty good game.
Bounced in there, Montero able to block it and keep it in front. 1-0. Yeah, Antunes in his last game had a 3-hit performance and finished a double shy of the cycle. He also racked up 5 RBIs, which was a team high for the season. The 1-0. Swang away. 1-1. Lynchburg down 1-0. These are the moments that they have to capitalize on. We talked about their ability to hit with runners in scoring position. And I think those numbers, the more I think about it, are a bit inflated. Good block. No, it gets away from Montero and now breaks for home. The flip, and he comes in standing and got drilled right in the hip Hanau with a smile, more like a grimace, as he heads to the dugout and Lynchburg ties it up.
By the looks of it, I don't think Montero thought he was going to try that.
I didn't think so either. I didn't think it was going to get far enough away because it only got a couple of feet out of the circle. And Hanau with a good read of it. Lofted into deep right field. Taylor sprinting back, ranging back, hustling back. It's off the wall. Antunes around second. He's heading for third again. And he will go in standing with a triple. Boy, is Antunes seeing the ball well or what? For Antunes, that's his 6th triple of the season, one shy of Jacob Wetzel from Myrtle Beach, who's got 7 coming into today. And it's his 2nd triple of this series.
Yeah, he's a triples machine. Like you noted, 6 now on the year. And it feels like he's hitting a triple every other series. What's Wetzel doing in Myrtle Beach to have 7 on the season at this point? That's just an insane number. And Antunes is not far behind him.
Robert Lopez with the infield pulled in, takes out wide, ball 1. And Gracia running into some problems here. He has not allowed a run up until this very moment since May the 4th.
Wow.
And he allowed the wild pitch as the check swing missed in tight, 2-0. I think everyone was a bit startled by a dog that just decided to go ballistic. Startled me, I'm not going to lie. So focused on the action. 2-0 on Robert Lopez. He takes a breaking ball over the heart of the plate, 2-1. Lopez has started to turn the corner again, whereas Manuel Mejias, the Hillcats' other catcher, has cooled off quite a bit. But Mejias is taking a beating. Oh my, every single game seems like he gets hit in some fashion. The 2-1 fouled right at the dish. 2-2.
It's kind of worked out for Lynchburg, though, because when Lopez was trending downwards, Mejias was getting on base once, twice a game. And his on-base percentage was in the top 10 of the Carolina League at that point. It's dropped out. And now that he's slowing down, Lopez is getting back on top of things.
The 2-2. Broken bat into right field. That's a base hit, and Lynchburg has the lead as Lopez just hit it where they weren't and picks up another RBI, and Lynchburg now leads it 2-1.
That was going to be a tough play to make, even if the infield wasn't in, although you got a pretty good shot at it, depending on where De Leon lines up. But, yeah, that's the risky run when you bring the infield in early in a game like this. Lopez, it cracks his bat, but he's just able to punch it over the head of the second baseman, De Leon, and just like that, the Hillcats have the lead.
So Jose Pastrano will take his cuts now. Pastrano, a $140, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. He was the walk-off hero on Tuesday night. 2 walk-offs already in this series for Lynchburg. Popped up, right field, long run for Taylor, and he'll make the grab, crashing into the wall. They'll throw back into the cutoff as Lopez took a long advancement off the bag at first and had to hustle back. So Pastrano is retired. Fran Alduy will take his cuts now. Alduy's been impressive in his first week in a Hillcats uniform. He's batting .286, already has an RBI. Picked up a double the other night.
Yeah, he picked up his first RBI and extra base hit on Friday. He's 2 for 7 on the series with a run, an RBI, and a strikeout. He's been good. Gets to the day off in the field today, but he'll DH.
0-1 on him. Tops it right at the plate. Caught a piece of Montero for strike 2. Alduy called up from the Complex League at the start of this series. He was hitting above 400 in limited action. The year before, he only hit mid to low 200s. But he showed enough at the start of this complex season to warrant a call-up. With Lynchburg battling injuries, the two-strike pitch to him is popped up third base side. Anderson gives it a look, and it'll land in the seats. And almost take off the head of Rafael Ramirez Jr., one of the injured infielders.
Yeah, the last thing he needs is a ball to the nose. Just about clipped him. It'll be good to see him back.
The 0-2. Aldui got a piece of it to stay alive. It will be good to get him back, along with Tommy Hawk.
Yep.
Another guy who's been out for a little bit of time. Two bats that Lynchburg could use. Rafael Ramirez Jr. has struggled a little bit, but it's only a matter of time before he finds his swing. The 0-2, Aldui chased it well outside, and the inning comes to a close. But Lynchburg scores two as they take the 2-1 lead on Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Wondering how to buy tickets to minor league baseball games? Look no further than the Bally Live app. Download Bally Live today and you can buy tickets to your favorite minor league baseball games and watch in person. Can't make it to the ballpark? We got you. Watch every minor league baseball game for free on the Bally Live app all season long. Pick your favorite team, track stats, chat with friends, and earn rewards in the game center. Download Bally Live from the app or Play Store today.
Summer has arrived at Bank of the James Stadium as the Lynchburg Hillcats return home to square off against the Augusta Green Jackets June 11th through the 16th. On Friday, you're going to want to be here early as we're giving away bobbleheads for former Hillcat and MLB Cy Young Award winner Shane Bieber. On Saturday, we're raising money for cancer research with our fireworks show. Then on Sunday, we say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there with a celebratory pig roast. Don't miss the kickoff to summer and get your tickets at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
You're listening to the 30th anniversary season of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball.
Well, the sun is trying to peek through just a little bit as the clouds up above have rendered it a pretty nice day so far. The wind is blowing out to straightaway center field. So you get one up there, and it could carry a long way. I know myself, I'm a bit nervous about the wind because of two graduation ceremonies that were taking place right next door at Lynchburg City Stadium, EC Glass and Heritage High School. We were forced to park our cars just over the left field fence right next to the Hillcats batting cages. So if any right-handed hitter gets a hold of one, oh boy. Line drive over towards short. Hanau backhands it, stops, fires, and a perfect throw. Retires Montero for out number one. But it's only a matter of time. If somebody gets a hold of it over the left field wall, I might be having to go to Safe Flight to get a new windshield. Miguel Blaze stepping in. He's 0 for 1. He's been out for the last couple of ball games. No specified reason, but he's made his way back in. He was a late game scratch as he takes a strike, or a late afternoon scratch on Wednesday. And since then, he just hasn't been able to find his way back. That missed down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. So for the Red Sox and their fans, he's a positive re-addition to their lineup. The 1-1 check swing. They say he went around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blaze, the 4th-ranked prospect for the Boston Red Sox. The 1-2. Down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blaze. Go ahead.
Jinx tied for second on the Red Sox in home runs with Uten. And Garcia is the one but ahead of both of them who was called up.
Popped up. Shallow left center. Hanau calling everybody off, battling the sun, and making the grab for out number 2. So back-to-back easy pop flies for Lynchburg, with Blaise at the plate. Antonio Anderson 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Anderson well out in front of a breaking ball from Humphreys for strike 1. This is the point in the game where Humphreys had to be removed on Tuesday. He only went 2 2/3. He's at that point right now, and he's made 40 pitches. So better numbers to this point for Humphreys.
He was at 61 on Tuesday at this point of the ball game, so yeah, a lot better.
In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. And the other thing that we can point out is he's also eliminated the walks up to this point. No walks, 4 strikeouts for the left-hander, which is what I said in my in-park keys to the game. And he needed to limit those. And right now, he's not just limited them, he's eliminated them. The 2-1, high and wide, 3 balls and a strike. And of course, now that I'm talking about it, I'm sure I'm going to jinx it because that's just how this goes.
Found himself in a similar count against Anderson in the first at-bat for the third baseman.
3-1, missing off the outside edge, and of course I opened my big mouth a little bit too soon. Walk number 1 by Humphreys puts Anderson aboard with no 2 down in the top of the third inning. Lynchburg leading it 2-1.
That's what Anderson has added to Salem this series. He hasn't picked up too many base knocks. He's reached here and there on the walk, but Nelly Taylor Jr., he sure has had a good day at the plate, or a good series at the plate, rather.
However, he pops it up right over toward first base. Velasquez will one-hand it and end the inning. So despite the walk, Humphreys gets out of the third inning. Lynchburg still leads it by 1, 2-1 in the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Lynchburg Hillcats are ready for a summer of fun with a fresh slate of weekly promotions for you and your family to enjoy. Every Tuesday, get a free ticket to the next Tuesday home game as part of our 2 for Tuesday promotion. Wednesday is Weenie Wednesday with hot dog deals each week, and Thursday we'll bring back our traditional Thirsty Thursday with drink specials all night long. On Friday, join us for Freebie Friday for a new giveaway each week. We'll have fireworks every Saturday night, and kids can eat free each Sunday during the season. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at wyndhamrewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit wyndhamrewards.com for more details.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Jojo Ingracia remains out there for another inning of work, as Ingracia gave up 2 runs in the second inning. He had not allowed a run to score since May the 4th, be with you. And he hadn't allowed 2 runs in a ball game since April 30th, when he took on Myrtle Beach and went only 2 innings. So Ingracia facing a little bit of a tougher lineup than probably what he's used to, as he's played Columbia, Augusta, and Fayetteville since those outings against Myrtle Beach. And Lynchburg has been able to piece some things together as they lead it 2-1. Top of the order due up, Esteban Gonzalez. He swings toward left field. Tucker dives, can't make the play, gets into the corner. Gonzalez around first, he's heading for 2. He'll head for 3. Being waved around, the throw comes in. He goes in sliding and makes it with a leadoff triple.
Second triple of the game for Lynchburg, as that circumvents the process. Trying to get base runners around. Hey, they make it to the third base on just 1 swing. Antunez in the bottom of the second. Here in the third, Esteban Gonzalez leads him off with a three-bagger, showcasing that speed.
Infield pulled in with the Red Sox trailing by 1. Velasquez shoots it the other way and almost takes out Esteban Gonzalez, who kind of stares him down and says, hey, man, we're on the same side. No need for that. Jordan Smith laughing as well. Boy, these Hillcats have been in great moods the last couple games, and understandably so. They have come prepared every single day. The 0-1 down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, Ralphie's dad is in town, and he came up to me this morning and talking to me about the broadcast and the call of his walk-off last night. He told me, as I used the phrase "Wreck-It Ralphie," as that caught the corner 1 and 2, that was a nickname he had been given growing up in California. And when Ralphie heard it, he was like, oh, no, I hope it's not coming back. And his dad was like, oh, you know it will.
Yeah,
it's going to catch on. So the 1-2. He jams it over towards second. Gloved by De Leon. They look the runner back to third. And there's one away for Jason Churio. So did we coin a phrase? We coin a nickname?
I think so. It's fitting.
He told me that they called him Wreck-It Ralph.
Ralphie's better.
It is. That's his real name.
Yeah.
And it's just 1 extra letter. Why not?
Ralphie's a great name, by the way. Good baseball name.
Very good baseball name. As Churio chops it toward third, they'll look the runner back, but it was a foul ball off the toe, and Churio sits on home plate. And that's not what you want to see if you're a Hillcats fan. Jordan Smith already making his way down the line. Erlen Serta as well, and here comes Yuka Ogata. As Churio pointing at his left foot.
No, that's not what you want to see at all. I didn't realize it hit off his foot, so I thought initially heading out of the box something had happened to that foot, which I think would be worse in that case. But nevertheless, I mean, that's why you see guys wear the shin pads with the foot covering on that lead foot. It takes a beating over a full season, and Churio still has not gotten up to his feet. He will now with the help of Jordan Smith.
And he does have that foot covering over top of his front foot. So it must have caught him flush on the toe. And even with padding.
It helps, but it doesn't take care of it completely.
They're equivalent to soccer shin guards.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you take a slide tackle to the leg, there's only so much a shin guard can do.
Right.
And the same thing, if you take something that comes off the bat 80, 90 miles an hour straight down onto it.
You're feeling it.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. It doesn't matter how much padding or protection you have. It's why goalies in hockey, with all the padding they wear, more than any other position in any other sport, still walk away with bruises. The 0-1 swings and misses for strike 2.
Don't even get me started on the cross goalies. Come out there in shorts. How fast the rubber comes in these days. Man, psychos. We talk about catchers being crazy. How about those guys?
Wouldn't want to do that either. The 0-2. Flare shot toward right field. Going to be a tough play for Taylor heading toward the line. He makes the grab on the run, tagging from third as Taylor eats it. And Gonzalez will score. Taylor was trying to spin and fire toward home to get Gonzalez, but instead he tumbled into the wall, and Lynchburg takes the lead a little bit more, 3-1.
Since Esteban Gonzalez has been put up to the top of the order, more specifically the leadoff spot, he has been a run producer, which is why you have a guy up there. Jason Churio led the team in runs for the majority of this season, but since Esteban Gonzalez has been moved up the ladder, so to speak, he now leads the team with 37 runs now, which is exactly what you're looking for out of your leadoff man, and it's second in the Carolina League this year.
1-1 on Angel Hanau. So even though he swings away, he's been able to get on base. And then when he gets aboard, boy, he is dangerous. 1-2 on Angel Hanau. We clocked him last night. He was the winning run from first to home on the Velasquez double. 10 seconds.
Wow.
The 1-2. Hanau floats it into shallow center. 3 Red Sox converging. Blaze just stuck out his glove while olaying around De Leon and basically over the back of the second baseman made the grab. Almost a scary play in center field, but it ends the inning, but not before Lynchburg puts another run on the board. They lead it 3-1. We head to the fourth. Connor Young will have you for the next couple innings on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
There's a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Hall of Fame Induction Weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and memorable moments. Make your plans today for July 19th through the 22nd for the induction of Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, Jim Leland, and Joe Maurer, the class of 2024. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown.
You've probably heard the old saying, the best things in life are free. But do you believe it? The Lynchburg Hillcats want to make sure you and your kids do. Sign your kids up for Southpaw's free Kids Club and experience the best free activity your money can't buy. All Kids Club members receive complimentary tickets to 5 designated Kids Club games, Virginia 529 Fun Zone passes for the whole season, and exclusive autograph sessions with players. Kids 12 and under can sign up at lynchburg-hillcats.com to activate their Kids Club membership today.
It's time for a quick check of the Carolina League scoreboard. Back inside Bank of the James Stadium, here's Jason Prill.
Alcantara, Lugo, De Leon due up for Salem. That's a part of the order that gave Jackson Humphreys some trouble in the top of the second, but we're going to look towards the Carolina League scoreboard where down east, they've been playing some really good baseball as of late and doing a number on Fredericksburg. They're up 9-1 in the top of the seventh. Delmarva, they're fighting back. Bottom 5 in Zebulon, 10-7. The Mudcats lead by 3. Kannapolis, man, they've been playing some good baseball. That's an understatement. They're up 7-0 against Columbia. And I don't know what happened to Kannapolis after they left Lynchburg for our series here, as this is grounded to short. Hanau makes the play for the first out. But Kannapolis has looked like a whole different club, especially offensively. We knew the pitching staff was good, and they were good here in Lynchburg. But the offense has probably cemented themselves as the best in the Carolina League in the first half so far.
They've been really strong, and we saw spurts of it. I mean, you think of like Drake Logan in the series he had. They had some dudes that were just raking off this Hillcats pitching staff, and Lynchburg was able to still have a pretty solid series against them. I believe they won that series 4-2, and since then, Kannapolis has been on a revenge tour of sorts, just taking out their offensive frustrations on anybody that gets in their way.
They sure have. As a good bender from Jackson Humphreys gets Lugo fishing. He's down in the count, 0-2. The pitch from Humphreys misses low. Lugo doubled, knocked in a run. The lone run of the game for Salem so far in the top of the second. Humphreys at 48 pitches. Got some life left in him. Like to see him get out of this fourth. 2-1. Or excuse me, the 1-2. Now 2-2. Evened up. Lugo comes into the at-bat, batting .272. Pitch fouled. We'll try the 2-2 again. As we've noted, in the field, he's had his struggles, but the average is why he's in the game. His .272 average, good for third on the team. Behind Freely Encarnacion, who had a 3-for-4 night one day ago, as a slider will slip out of the hand of Humphreys. Bring the count full.
We'll see how long Humphreys gets today. He went 61 pitches on Tuesday, but before that, his season high was 52.
It's quick start to the inning, but the 3-2 is lined over the head of an owl and into shallow left. Lugo, 2 for 2 day. Multi-hit game for Andy Lugo. He's coming off an 0 for 2 last night. Brings up Framey De Leon. Struck out in the top of the second. Humphreys has had his fair share of strikeouts today. Currently with 4. Lugo leads off first. First pitch. Home to De Leon, misses high at 90. Four hits for Lynchburg. They scored in back-to-back innings. 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The 1-0 popped. First baseline out of play.
This is where they have to keep it going, though. The middle innings, this series haven't caused as many problems, but this season, the middle innings have been quite deadly for any sort of Hillcat victory or rally.
The 1-1 popped. Pastrano is playable for the third baseman. He moves a couple steps to the left of third base coach Ozzie Chavez to make the grab for the second out of the inning. Humphreys, good position here to get out of the fourth. And second time around for Humphreys has been an issue throughout the season.
He also doesn't get very far into the second time through just because of the pitch count that they have him on.
And the walks, even the strikeouts, can push that pitch count up a lot higher than you'll see for a guy like Alonzo Richardson, for instance, who worked really deep into ball games, went 7 innings, the most a starter's gone for Lynchburg. The throw over for Humphreys, nothing doing.
He also went 6 2/3 the other day.
That's a guy that doesn't rely on strikeouts. In that 6 2/3 game this series for Humphreys, I believe he had 4 strikeouts, maybe? Yeah, 4. This is pot for Uden, charging Gonzalez. Hanau, however, will be the one to make the grab as inauspicious top of the fourth for Salem. Jackson Humphreys, one of his better, quieter starts of the season. Lynchburg leads 3-1.
Hey, Hillcats fans. Has your big bank just closed its doors? Come on over to Bank of the James. We make banking better in just 3 easy steps. First, stop by Bank of the James to open your account. Second, bring your current checking statement so we can help you with recurring transactions. And third, enjoy banking the way it should be. Why Bank of the James? We're your strong, local bank, and we're committed to you, putting community first for 24 years. Come on over to Bank of the James.
Are you a fan of fireworks or collecting sports memorabilia? Or maybe instead of the bar, you want to spend your nights at the ballpark? Whatever your passion, the Lynchburg Hillcats have a mini plan package for you. Make sure to secure your tickets for every Thirsty Thursday, Freebie Friday, or Fireworks Show Saturday with one of our dated mini plans. Craving more baseball? Sign up for our 30-game mini plan. Not sure what games you want to go to? The Hillcats offer undated mini plans as well. For more information and to purchase your 2024 mini plan, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Back inside Bank of the James Stadium for the middle innings, here's Connor Young.
Happy birthday to Southpaw here in the Bank of the James Stadium. He's got a couple friends to celebrate the occasion with him. I see Grimace out there, Ronald McDonald, I think
That's a Ronald McDonald that came to pitcher night a couple nights ago.
Hamburglar as well. It's a whole scene.
The Buffalo from Buffalo Wild Wings looking a little bit less aggressive than he does in the commercials.
Yeah.
The fact that we have a delay of game going on because the mascots are partying is objectively really funny.
Yeah, Derek Pacheco doesn't look... Actually, there's a smile. Okay.
Now they have to funnel them all off the field.
They're so big they can barely fit through the opening.
Salem's mascot in town, too. Derek Pacheco's got a big smile on his face. That's minor league baseball for you. A mascot birthday celebration delay of game.
So it makes it special. You got to have a sense of humor about it.
Oh, they have to lead the Jimmy Bird up the steps. He's struggling a little bit.
Might not have eye holes in that thing. Christian Napchik in at the dish. Back here on the diamond. He'll swing at the first pitch. Breaking ball. 0-1 count to Napchik, who moved now over to third via the fielder's choice in the second inning. The 0-1 misses outside as Montero. A matrix-like grab to keep that in front. No runners on, so nothing to worry about for the catcher. 4 for 17 series for Napchik. RBI, 5 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Pops 1 foul. Ingracia has gone 47 pitches so far, and he has not gone over 58 so far this season. That's been his max, as he's making his catcher, Montero, work behind the dish. Another one in the dirt. Move the count to 2-2 to Napchik. It'll be Napchik and Tunez Lopez. 2 of the 3 reached via the base hit, as he clubs one foul. Went a ways. 2-2 will have to go again. 3-1 Lynchburg lead. 4 hits for the Cats. The 2-2 tap to the second baseman De Leon. Gathers, fires to Lugo for the first out. Second 4-3 in the book for Napchik, although his first was productive. Second, not so much. That'll bring up Wilfredo Antunez, who has tripled in back-to-back games. Pretty impressive stuff. Showcasing the power and the speed. 2 things Antunez has in spades. First pitch to him. Just misses for Ingracia. Tough to tell where that one missed the strike zone. Low, perhaps. The 1-0. 2-0.
Maybe
Wilfredo Antunez.
Maybe Pacheco was still thinking about the mascot.
I still am, to be honest with you.
Grimace is not going to get out of my mind anytime soon.
I was going to say, I think I'm going to be seeing Ronald McDonald in my nightmares. 2-0. Another close pitch on a slider. Antunez now up 3-0.
That was more of the clown from It than it was Ronald McDonald.
3-0. Antunez taking all the way. 91 down the chute. Call me old-fashioned. I prefer a 3-0 take most of the time. Even in a 3-1, you know you got to get something pretty good. The 3-1 here. Grounded to the third baseman, Anderson, who can't make the play. It was about letter high on the Salem Red Sox Navy jersey for Anderson, and just didn't have the hand-eye coordination there to watch the ball in on a high hop. So Antunez will reach base safely on what you would presume would be an E5.
It looked like it had an awkward spin on it that just kept running away from Anderson. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but he was kind of going forward, then pulling back and going to his left, and he just never was in the right position.
First pitch swinging for Lopez. He twirls in disgust, as that's going to be watched in by Blaze. Make the grab for out number 2 on the first pitch to Lopez. Yeah, on that play for Anderson, I think you'd like to see him come in on that ball. You know, he was fighting to either go back deeper in the hole or charge that ball towards the grass. You want to see him, I think, charge that ball, especially at third base. At shortstop, maybe not. But when you're playing on the corners, you can go in on that ball and make sure you're avoiding that big, awkward hop, which kind of ate him up. Unable to do so there. So Antunez will stay at first for Jose Pastrana. Antunez back with a dash.
I'm liking the bright orange accessories for Antunez. That's a new look. But it's clean.
Goes well with the Limonadas jerseys that Lynchburg's rocking today. He'll take off. First pitch to Pastrano. A good one to throw on for Montero. No matter. Antunez just too quick.
He had a good jump, and Gracia went a little bit off speed with it at 87 miles an hour. Montero had a good pitch to throw on, like you said, but he one-hopped it, which gave Antunez plenty of time to slide in ahead of the tag, which wouldn't have mattered because they didn't secure the ball either.
Number 6 for Antunes. Pastrano, average at 138, as Antunes is going to take off, and he's going to be tagged out by a mile. He's done stuff like this several times this season. He's quick, but he's a little bit careless on the base pass, and Jordan Smith might give him a little bit of a talking to after that, as the inning ended on the base pass. Wilfredo Antunes able to work to second base, get in scoring position. Jose Pastrano can't have the time to drive him in, so Lynchburg held in check in the bottom of the 4th. We'll head to the 5th on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
The Virginia Commonwealth Games are back this summer in Lynchburg, Virginia, on the campus of Liberty University. Be a part of the tailgate party and opening ceremonies kickoff celebration. For more information, visit commonwealthgames.org.
Tonight's broadcast is directed and produced by Virch. Virch elevates your broadcast by supplementing your production staff with experienced switchers and operators. The graphics you're seeing on our broadcast tonight are powered by Virch's all-new graphics engine, offering advanced stats and personalized graphics on a budget. Visit www.virch.co to give your fans the next-gen viewing experience.
You're listening to Hillcats Baseball on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Matt Jasek into the game for Lynchburg. Will recap the stats for Jackson Humphreys today, and a good start here on this Sunday afternoon. But for Jasek, he comes in with a 3.46 ERA, 5 walks, 33 strikeouts, a whip of 112. So numbers looking good, and they're looking real good in May. Got a 2.19 ERA in May. In April, he struggled 4.61 in the month of April for the earned run average. Been pitching better this month. Well, last month now. Still getting used to it being June. Feels like the season's flying by. His last outing, he just went 1 inning for Lynchburg against Salem. 1 hit against Jasek. No damage as far as runs are concerned. He didn't pick up the win or the loss. Struck out 2, no walks. So Matt Jasek will enter for Jordan Smith. Stanley Tucker will step into the right side to greet him. For Humphreys, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. His ERA at 6.17. Dribbler, Pastrano will barehand. He's not going to have a chance. Tucker, good speed coming down the line, and that ball was perfectly placed. Jasek upset by the first pitch result. Can't blame him. That's a tough one to give up. You induce very weak contact. Tucker barely even made contact with that ball, but it's a single in the scorebooks all the same.
He got exactly what he was looking for, but instead of a productive out, it's just a slow roller. Sometimes soft contact is just as good as a hard line drive.
That's what speed will do for you, and Tucker trying to showcase it again. He'll take off for second, but Montero swings through a slider on the outside half, just makes contact, tips it out of plays. Chavez, the third base coach, looked a little surprised by the swing from Montero. Tough to read into that. The hit and run could have been on. Strike 1 nonetheless.
But it's also why exit velo and numbers like that can be a bit deceiving, or launch angle, because sometimes even better than 106 miles per hour off the bat is 38 miles per hour and a slow roller up the third base line.
Chance for a double play. Now the flip to Napchik, who loses it on the transfer. Still throws it, gets past Ralphie, not paying attention to the catcher Montero. That's one for Napchik. You know, you're frustrated when you aren't able to make the transfer like that. That's a play he's made hundreds of times in his baseball career. But you don't want to react with a misguided throw, which is what that was to Ralphie. Could have caused Montero to take off for second, although it stayed pretty close to the first baseman. Luckily, no damage done for Lynchburg, as that's how they'll record the first out of the inning.
It looks like Ralphie maybe wasn't expecting the throw to come his way after the ball was dropped by Napchik on the transfer. But thankfully, it didn't get far enough away for Montero to take off for second.
Top of the lineup. We'll swing back around. Miguel Blaze 0 for 2 in his return. Montero took the place of Tucker. Probably not a trade the Red Sox are all that happy about with the speed of Tucker. Montero lacking in that department. The 1-0 to Blaze, 92 miles an hour on the inside corner.
And that may be why Napchik decided to throw over to first still, knowing Montero maybe not hustling down the line or maybe not fast enough to beat it out as a ball has found its way into right field, probably from the Salem bullpen.
Not the first time this series a ball's gotten free of the Salem relievers over in the pen. Blaze played 31 games with Salem 1 season ago. He hit .230, 29 RBIs, just 1 home run. So we've seen more power from him already. He's taken a step up from year 1 in the Carolina League to year 2. The 1-1 from Jasek. Slider slides out of the zone. Into the dirt, Lopez makes the grab. 2-1 count. Montero stays put. We noted earlier, Jasek has been dependable in the month of May, as this is squibbed to Hanau. He'll go to Napchik. I thought he was going to first all the way, and that's where the speed of Montero comes back to bite Salem, as that ball was barely topped into the infield dirt. As Hanau received it right in the lip of the grass, looked like he was going to continue towards first, gets the lead runner instead. The right decision for the shortstop.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think the only reason Montero was called out was because he fell off the bag.
Yeah, it was a close play.
I think he was safe, and then when he just assumed he was out and fell off the second base bag, Napchik still had the tag on him, and they pumped him out. Otherwise, I'm pretty confident that he beat the throw. And the infield umpire didn't even make a signal until after he had fallen off the bag.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't convinced that he was out at second either. This is skied by Anderson. Esteban Gonzalez will camp under it. It's playable for the left fielder, and he makes the catch for the third out. So Jasek, his first inning, weak contact all across the board, although he was hit by Stanley Tucker. Single for the left fielder to start off the inning. Jasek avoids any damage as Lynchburg holds on to their 3-1 advantage. They want to tack on some more in the bottom of the fifth when we come back on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Lynchburg Regional Airport is going strong. For many years now, Lynchburg's low fares have been among the most competitive in the area, and our conveniently scheduled flights offer easy connections on American Airlines through Charlotte to over 170 nonstop destinations worldwide. So, check the great round-trip airfares currently being offered by visiting flylyh.com today and click Book Now. Prices are subject to change without notice, and certain restrictions apply. Advance purchase is required, and availability is limited. We're ready when you're ready. Check Lynchburg first.
We get it. Finding activities for groups can be difficult. The Lynchburg Hillcats want to make your life easier with our special group outings packages. No matter your group, spend the night out at the ballpark enjoying baseball with your favorite people. All group ticket packages come with discounted tickets, a PA and video board welcome, and the possibility for first pitches and on-field activities. Want to make the night extra special? Sign up for a group picnic and let the Hillcats take care of the details. For more information on groups or picnics, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Back inside Bank of the James Stadium for the middle innings, here's Connor Young.
Ingracia goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks. His ERA is still in a good spot, 2.20 on the season. And into the game comes Nathaniel Cruz. His last appearance, well, it was against Lynchburg. 2 innings where he allowed 1 run, not earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. He struggled with free passes, but he did pick up the win.
He's the only pitcher in this series for Salem to pick up a win so far, as the Red Sox were able to storm all the way back, and that was an extra innings victory as well, which is why Cruz was able to pick up that unearned run, which scored in the bottom of the 10th inning. But overall, he was pretty solid.
Saw Pastrano in the bottom of the fourth. Thought he was going to get a chance to hit. However, Wilfredo Antunez ran into an out at third that changed that. So he'll have second chance for his second at-bat of the game here in the bottom of the fifth. He flew out in the second. The 1-1 swung on and missed for Pastrano. Cruz gets ahead of the third baseman. 3-1, Lynchburg leads it. The 1-2. Inside. Pastrano dances out of the way. 2-2 count for Pastrano, who his average comes in at 138. Not where you'd like it, to say the least, but his on-base percentage just under 280 at 278. So he's found ways to get on base. The 2-2. Skied to left, out of play. Whether that's the walk or other means, Pastrano has had to get crafty with how he finds his production in the bottom of the order. He's been asked to play a lot more than he maybe thought he was going to earlier in the season due to the injury to Rafael Ramirez Jr. And it's paid off for Lynchburg in some respects. He's been a pretty solid glove over in the hot corner. 2-2, misses high and out at 94. And he had a pretty good game on Tuesday.
It's the game of his time in Lynchburg, a 3-hit performance, 2 extra base hits, including a home run to win the game.
Full count to Pastrano. First batter of the relief appearance for Cruz, and he walks him.
Cruz in a bit of disbelief as he thought he was going to get the corner. But Derek Pacheco bit his tongue.
Bring up the 9-hitter, Fran Oldewey. Struck out in his first plate appearance. Went 1 for 4 on Friday. Gray clouds forming above the bank of the James Stadium. Cruz pulls the string on Oldewey on the first pitch for strike number 1.
And you can see the rain forming past left field. Pretty far away as of this point in time, but as we've seen before, it can get to the ballpark in a hurry.
We've been spoiled with great weather this series. Hopefully that can hold on for just a little while longer.
The good news is it's a completed game at this point in time.
Better news, Hillcats out in front, 3-1. 0-1 count, back home to Oldewey. We'll have to wait on it. Back-to-back throws to Pastrano. Keeping him close over at first base. Pastrano on the season. 4 stolen bases. To be fair, more than I thought he had accrued in 2024. The 0-1. This time a fastball. Same result for Oldewey. This time behind it. In front of the breaking ball to start up the at-bat for Cruz. Now can't catch up to a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. A lot of options now for the right-hander. Pastrano takes off, looking for stolen base number 5. He'll get it. As on the transfer, Montero flips the ball up. It had some hang time, too. He fires one back to Cruz a little bit faster than I think you're used to seeing a catcher relay it back to his battery mate. He might be frustrated after that play, where it feels like this series and today as well, Salem has had some mental miscues in the field that might be the difference in a series where more games than not, things have come down to the wire. The 1-2 up high to Oldewey.
And really, they've just been 1 or 2 at costly times.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like we saw in the Hillcats home opener where they had 7 errors.
Yeah.
It's been 1 or 2 that are just untimely placed in the ball game. For example, last night, though it wasn't even ruled an error, it went through the wickets of Alcantara at shortstop and into center field, allowing Lynchburg to tie things up in a, quite frankly, in a ball game that they had no business even being in.
Yeah. There's been some questionable outfield routes, to put it nicely, as well, that maybe haven't gone down as errors, just because it's tough to give an outfielder an error if he doesn't make contact with the baseball on the play. Montero's bobble, just one of many. The 2-2, outside. Full count for All Dewey, who battles back from an 0-2. Put some pressure on Cruz. They do have first base open, although the top of the lineup's coming back around. Pastrano leads off second. The payoff. Once again, pulls the string on All Dewey, who swings through the curveball.
It's a good pitch from Cruz. Caught him sitting on a fastball and pulled a string on it. Well, Dewey didn't adjust. There's one down, but the top of the order due up, and good opportunity to try to capitalize on the runner in scoring position.
Esteban Gonzalez loves to swing away. First pitch to him, downstairs for ball one, but Antonio Anderson continues to play a very deep third base. Closer to the outfield grass than even with the bag, and Esteban Gonzalez has great speed from the left-handed side with Pastrano at second. He'll swing away, tip it back into the glove and out of Montero, who will shake off the leather. Looks like it got him on the palm. Pastrano walked. Stole second. Followed up by a strikeout for Nathaniel Cruz in his first inning, and Pastrano's now caught in a rundown. He's going to break for third. Now two-step back to second, but he's going to be caught by Antonio Anderson. And for the second time in just 2 innings, Lynchburg sleeping at the wheel on the base paths, run into outs in scoring position, which you would think just drives Jordan Smith crazy.
And in a game and series that's been as close as this one has been, those are the outs that you don't want to make, because you have an opportunity to add an insurance run in the middle of the ball game and you end up losing it. That's tough to swallow.
It's a 3-1 count back home to Esteban Gonzalez. Two down now for the leadoff hitter. 4 hits apiece for both clubs. Excuse me, it was a 2-1. Now 3-1. Got ahead of myself. Gonzalez worked a good count. So I'll have to start things fresh after Pastrano picked off by Nathaniel Cruz. The 3-1. Gonzalez offers. Can't make contact as the slider has looked solid for Cruz already this afternoon. Payoff pitch to Esteban Gonzalez is driven. Looking for home run number 2 in the series, and he got all of it. Mighty Mouse, Esteban Gonzalez, has been on a power surge in 2024. 4-1, Lynchburg out in front.
That was a no-doubter off the bat of Gonzalez. Well over that right field wall. He knew it as soon as he made contact with it. That one didn't need the wind or the jet stream to carry out of here. He just got all of it as he barreled it up, and that's a big insurance run, making up for the base running blunder of Jose Pastrano.
A triple and a homer now for Esteban Gonzalez. First pitch to Ralphie outside for ball 1. Not in as much as a prime spot as Wilfredo Antunez was for this cycle on Friday, but got the 2 hardest legs out of the way. 2-0 count to Velasquez, who's batting .276 now. Came into the game batting .280. That batting average has ticked back up for Ralphie. Had a great series against Fredericksburg. Both of his series against the Fred Nats in his Carolina League career have been phenomenal. Hill Sky one into left center. Blaze retreats back as that's off the base of the wall. Ralphie will make the turn at first, pull into second with an easy stand-up double as his phenomenal series at the dish continues.
3 doubles in 2 days for Ralphie Velasquez as he's become a doubles machine. He might not be hitting the home runs at the pace that we saw at the start of the season, but for Velasquez, he's done everything else that you've asked of him and has contributed it at key times this week. It's his 4th double of the week as well. Excuse me, 5th double since Tuesday afternoon began.
Trouble out of the bullpen for Salem here in the bottom of the 5th. Lynchburg would love to put up a crooked number. Jason Churio, the man for the job potentially for Lynchburg. For Ralphie, I don't want to say he's been a dead pull hitter because he hasn't to that extent, but we haven't seen him go opposite field with power like that often this season, so that's good to see. Chopper up the middle, charging in is Alcantara, who will throw to Lugo to retire the inning. Esteban Gonzalez puts a run on the board all by himself, a solo shot, the second of the series for Gonzalez to put Lynchburg ahead 4-1. We approach top of the 6th on Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
If you're looking for a home, auto, or life insurance plan, look no further. State Farm has been offering great coverage at surprisingly low rates for over 100 years. Stop in and see one of the 4 Central Virginia insurance agents. For Lynchburg, call Chip Harvey. For Rustburg, contact Jack Dean. For Appomattox, call Sarah Saunders. And for Madison Heights, visit Kim Z. Gardner. Contact your local State Farm agents today.
The Battle of 460 returns as the Lynchburg Hillcats face off against the Salem Red Sox July 1st through the 6th at Bank of the James Stadium. Join us for Independence Day celebration on Thursday with the biggest fireworks show in the Hill City. This year, we'll be honoring the historic Bedford boys with specialty jerseys. Come back again on Friday as we give away a Hillcats patriotic cap. Then on Saturday, we'll turn our attention to a galaxy far, far away with the revenge of the 6th. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Hillcats baseball is in full swing. It's time for a quick game recap on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network. Here's Jason Prill.
4-1 Lynchburg through 5. As Matt Jasek heads out for his 2nd inning of work. For Salem, we've seen Ingracia and Cruz to this point. 4 innings for Ingracia, just the 1 from Cruz. 4 hits, 3 earned runs for Ingracia, 2 strikeouts. Cruz, he's gone the lone inning, as I mentioned, the last one we just saw, where Esteban Gonzalez was 1 or 2 hits for the Hillcats. A home run. Find Lynchburg's 4th. Matt Jasek so far has only gone 1 for Lynchburg, but it was a clean 1 inning with a lot of soft contact. He's been phenomenal in the month of May. Just 1 hit for Jasek so far today. He'll have Nelly Taylor, Marvin Alcantara, and Andy Lugo to work past here in the top of the 6th. 2.19 ERA for Matt Jasek in the month of May. Looking to carry that into the fresh month of June. Tap foul by Taylor to even up the count at 1-1. Connor Young with you alongside Jason Prill on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network, where the middle innings for the Hillcats have been more productive this series. That stayed true so far today.
It's been good to see, because before, it felt like they'd score in the 2nd or the 3rd inning and put a big number on the board, and then you'd have to wait until the 8th or the 9th before they would get another run on the board, if they even got another one. But this series, runs have been a bit more spread out, and that's how you really bury a team. You put a team away. As they get momentum, you steal that run right back, and you just really make it tough for them, not just on the scoreboard, but just mentally to overcome that hump, and they've been able to do that with Salem in this series.
2-2 count to Taylor. 0 for 2 day for Nelly Taylor. Only been handed 1-0 for this series. The 2-2 from Jacek. Spit on by Taylor. Tried to entice him with a slider low in the zone. Count moves full. Got to be careful here with Nelly Taylor. 2 home runs this series. Drop third strike from Lopez. He'll have to head out to the grass to make the throw. Fires down to Velasquez in time for the first out. Second strikeout for Nelly Taylor here on this Sunday afternoon.
Looked like he pulled up toward the end, too. Not sure why. He might have been able to beat it out if he had just put his head down and kept running. It looked like he slowed up as he inched toward the first base bag, maybe getting worried that the throw might come in front of him or clip him in the side. Not sure, but probably could have made it a lot closer.
Not your typical drop third there, as a looper at 75 miles an hour finds the strike zone. So Jacek working slider and curveball. That one rainbowed into the zone. The 0-1 pop foul. So Jacek will get ahead of Marvin Alcantara. Just 2 ticks lower than the Mendoza line coming in to the at-bat. 1 for 2.
At the plate, he's had a pretty decent series. He's boosted his average a little bit, but still not at 200 just yet.
The 0-2, fouled. Andy Lugo with a chance to make a play on the ricochet off the netting. Couldn't grab it. It's been the story for Andy Lugo so far this series. We'll do the 0-2 again. Kick fire from Jacek. Line to the left. Esteban Gonzalez can't get there. Shifted over towards center field was Gonzalez, and Churio was also staggered in that direction, and Tunez was hugging the first base line as well, which made it a longer run than it would typically be if Gonzalez was playing straight up. It was low to the grass off the bat. Hit on a pretty solid line, so either way it was going to be a tough play, but with what we've seen from Gonzalez in the field this season and the speed he possesses, you wouldn't count him out of it. But with the positioning Lynchburg set up with, pretty much impossible to get there in time to make the snag.
And another broken bat for Salem as Lugo drives to center.
Churio makes the grab for the second out.
But as I was saying, another broken bat for Salem. And what that tells me is that they're just not very comfortable at the plate. They're not able to barrel things up very well. They're hitting things off the end of the bat or maybe off the handle, which it's worked a couple times for them as it produces softer contact and some floaters, but not where you want to be hitting the ball on a regular basis. And that's just what Salem's been dealing with since Tuesday.
First pitch fly out for Andy Lugo, the first time he's been retired today. Framey De Leon takes a number out of his first baseman's book, and he'll offer at the first pitch as well. Strike 1 to Framey De Leon, bats from the left side. Alcantara, his second single of the day, leads off first. The 0-1 chop foul. Jacek has looked sharp today. Timeout called by De Leon. He'll take a step out of the box. Six hits for Lynchburg, 5 for Salem. Lone run of the ball game for the Red Sox coming in the top of the second off Jackson Humphreys. The 0-2, strike 3 call. De Leon spun out of it, tried to sell it. Derek Pacheco wasn't buying, as it's the second strikeout of the inning, second strikeout of the game in relief for Matt Jacek. Lynchburg, home half of the 6th from the Bank of the James Stadium coming up next.
The Virginia Commonwealth Games are back this summer in Lynchburg, Virginia, on the campus of Liberty University. Be a part of the tailgate party and opening ceremonies kickoff celebration. For more information, visit commonwealthgames.org.
The Lynchburg Hillcats are ready for a summer of fun with a fresh slate of weekly promotions for you and your family to enjoy. Every Tuesday, get a free ticket to the next Tuesday home game as part of our 2 for Tuesday promotion. Wednesday is Weenie Wednesday with hot dog deals each week, and Thursday, we'll bring back our traditional Thirsty Thursday with drink specials all night long. On Friday, join us for Freebie Friday for a new giveaway each week. We'll have fireworks every Saturday night, and kids can eat free each Sunday during the season. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Back inside Bank of the James Stadium for the middle innings, here's Connor Young.
Angel and out. Christian Apchick, Wilfredo Antuña is the 3 up. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Lynchburg leads 4-1 as they put a number on the board in 3 of the 5 we've played so far. And out. Was looking for a 10-game hit streak last night. He had 4 chances to work into double digits on the season. Came up empty, but he's made up for it today. Lashed a double into left center in the bottom of the 2nd. Came around to score on a wild pitch for the first run of the ball game, and since then, Lynchburg, they've continued to tack on little by little.
The smile of Francisco Lindor, but he's been playing the game a lot like Jose Ramirez as of late. Just the hustle plays, going the extra mile, finding the gap, turning singles into doubles. And that's high praise for somebody, and that's not me putting the pressure of you have to turn into Jose Ramirez. That's just me comparing the style of play that we're seeing from Hanau and the leadership abilities we've seen from him.
Hanau bats .339 on the season with 6 home runs, but he's even willing to square around, put down a bunt, try to take advantage of this lax defense over at third base. The positioning continues to stay the same as it has all game. He wasn't able to get in fair play, so it'll be a 1-1. You'd expect he'd swing away from here, and I guess you can call that a swing. He's holding it back all the way through the zone. Counts all the same, 1-2 count, 2 and out.
Didn't want to swing through it, but too much adrenaline pulled it forward, and he couldn't stop.
Cruz, the 1-2. Chop to Anderson, who'll have to make a backhand play. And now beats it out. What can he do? You're right, Jason. I can see that Lindor comparison, maybe not in this game, but although there's certainly been flares of it this season, he just brings that lighthearted, confident shortstop to this Hillcats team. And he picks up his 2nd base hit of the season, or of the game. More than 2 this season.
He's a guy that comes from humble beginnings. You talk to people around him. He grew up in a home without a roof. And he's a guy that just loves the game of baseball. He's grown into what is becoming an excellent ball player. And he considers every day a gift. I mean, he told everybody here on the Youth League night just his instructions for kids growing up to listen to their parents and listen to God. And those were his instructions, and that's the way he plays the game of baseball. Just youthfulness, that youthful energy, which makes him perfect to kind of instruct the next generation. And so he's just been a blessing to watch and so much fun, as Lynchburg is lucky to have him.
0-1 count to Apchick. Cruz will throw over to Hanau. Yeah, now he's got more than 2 hits on the year. He actually leads the Carolina League in hits with 61, the first to reach 60 this season. Hit machine. The 0-1 in Apchick. Outside and away for ball 1. And now single, the 7th hit of the game for Lynchburg. Christian Apchick sandwiched in between what was a 1-for-2 day coming into that bat for Hanau. Now 2-for-3 for the switch hitting shortstop. Apchick yet to find a base hit so far in this contest. He's 0-for-2. 1-2. Here in try number 3 for Apchick. The 1-2 swung through for Christian Apchick. 82 miles an hour on a slider that he thought was a fastball, high and in his sweet spot, dipped below the bat for the second strikeout in relief for Cruz.
Knapchick just got fooled by something up in the zone. He thought it was going to be a fastball way out in front and wasn't able to catch up with it.
And Tunez tops one right in front of Montero, who will fire to first. Hanau will advance to second on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Robert Lopez, who has an RBI today. And he's got a handful of ribbies in this series. Talked about how he's been turning it around as of late. He's got 3 RBIs now against Salem in this series. 6 for 13 so far as well. So almost batting 500 against the Red Sox. First pitch to him inside. Montero took a couple steps out, thought he was going to go talk to Cruz. Instead just whips it back to his pitcher, who's gone 35 pitches, inning and 2/3, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run. He's got Angela now 180 feet away from scoring. To Lopez with 2 down. In the bottom of the 6th, Lynchburg ahead 4-1. Lopez offers. 92 down and away, can't make contact. Hillcats with a chance to score in back-to-back innings. They did so in the 2nd and 3rd. The kick fire just misses away. 83 miles an hour on a slider. Cruz thought he painted the corner. However, there hasn't been a lot of leeway for Derek Pacheco in this game, but really in just about every game we've seen him call from behind the dish. Puts Lopez in a hitter's count, and he's been locked in. The 3-1 into right field. He throws the bat, not happy with the result. Playable for Taylor. He'll make the grab. Angel now leads it off with a single, but Cruz able to work out of trouble as Lynchburg keeps their 3-run cushion. As we're headed to the top of the 7th, which means Jason Prill will guide us for the back 3. As Lynchburg looks to go for the 5-1 in this 6-game series. That's what they were able to do in their first series against Salem, and they hope to do it once again this time at home. Join us back for the top of the 7th on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Check out Creative Edge Design Incorporated for your signs, banners, and wrap services. We are a 3M certified graphics installation company backed by a 3M warranty, protecting your graphics against any cracking, fading, or peeling for over 10 years. Your graphics will continue to look exactly like they did on the day they were installed. Visit us at cedi.biz for more information. Creative Edge Designs, custom designs for you. Hey fans, are you looking to disconnect and enjoy a perfect getaway? Well, let me introduce you to Crabtree Falls Campground. With campsites right on the river, 4 rustic cabins, and bathrooms with hot water, Crabtree Falls Campground is your place to stay this summer. Located just an hour drive from Lynchburg, Crabtree Falls Campground is just a half-mile hike away from the tallest waterfall east of the Mississippi. Visit www.crabtreefallscampground.com or call them at 540-377-2066 to book your stay.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Matt Jasek remains out there for his 3rd inning of work as the Hillcats lead it 4-1. As we head toward the 7th inning on a cloudy and overcast Sunday afternoon. Rain in the area. You can see it over near the Blue Ridge Mountains in center field and left. But so far, we haven't had many problems here at the ballpark. And a great crowd on hand. 1,526. A good Sunday afternoon showing. As families with their kids enjoying Sunday Fun Day It'll be the bottom third of the order. Houghton, Tucker, and Montero, the three due up to face off against Jasek, who's pitched well since coming on for Jackson Humphreys, as the first pitch misses off the outside edge for ball one. Humphreys went 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, as he really lowered that walk count, which was climbing up there in his last 2 outings. Houghton back into the net. So a good showing from Humphreys. They're still easing him into longer appearances, only getting around 65 pitches in ball games. 1-1 on Houghton, who's 0 for 2. Now down in the count 1-2. Lynchburg in their Limonades de Hill City jerseys. They're going to wear them every Sunday at home the rest of the season. The 1-2. Chopped again, foul this time toward first base. It's hard to argue that these are not the best jerseys that the Hillcats have to offer. You could argue that their throwbacks may be a little bit better, but right now, the Limonades jerseys are special. Call strike 3. Houghton scooted out of the way and let the pitch go by. And he said, oh, sorry, got to call you a strikeout. 1 down in the top of the 7th inning.
I've been really impressed with Jasek recently. Him and Steven Perez, as of late, have kind of been the most sure thing for Lynchburg out of the bullpen. Earlier in the year, I would say that's probably Josh Harlow, and it still could be and still is in some ways. But Jasek and Perez, in particular, have been impressive.
Well, you can argue that those two guys are kind of the unheralded heroes of the ball club. You don't think of bullpen guys as names to watch or players to keep an eye on, or really is that impactful to the overall season. That missed up and in 2-1, but a bad bullpen is a recipe for disaster. It's as if you were baking a cake and you stopped baking it with 10 minutes left to go on the stove. The cake's not going to be finished. It's not going to be done. It's not going to taste good. And this bullpen, guys like Jasek and Perez, they've turned the corner a little bit and really become solid arms and allowing that cake to become fully golden brown and taste delicious. Hillcats reaping the rewards in this series, but right now Jasek down in the count 3-1 against Stanley Tucker.
We've seen Jasek and Perez already in this series. Both were good, real good. Jasek won an inning, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Perez, 2 1/3, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts in just that time.
Four to 1 lead, top of the 7th inning. Lynchburg out in front, trying to win their 5th game of the series. Here's the payoff to Tucker. Grounder over toward short. Hanau, 1 down. Excuse me, 2 down.
Routine for Hanau. As a win today, and we're a long way from securing that, especially in this series. I mean, it's been topsy-turvy all over the place through this 6th gamer here in the Hill City, but Lynchburg was able to hold on. They'd be 10-2 against Salem this year. I mean, talk about having a team's number.
And if you're curious what's going on down in Zebulon, as Juan Montero takes a breaking ball strike, Carolina and Delmarva have put 22 combined runs on the board. They're tied at 11 in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're heading to the 9th. As Delmarva's bullpen once again trying to do anything it can to cost them the game. 0-2 on Montero.
Earlier in the broadcast, you talked about how Carolina has even outdone Lynchburg in this Salem series against the Shorebirds. But much like this series, almost every single one of those games have been close in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning. It's just been a collapse from Delmarva, and a lot of those scores has ended up pretty lopsided. So I think Delmarva is playing better baseball still than what we saw earlier in April. But
in the first 5 innings. The 0-2, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Jasek as he works 1, 2, 3 through the 7th, and we've hit stretch time in Lynchburg. Hillcats lead it by 3 on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Scientech Systems is your technology partner. Whether it's business class internet, phone and TV, or their world-class IT services, Scientech is here to manage your technology needs so you can focus on what you love to do. Visit Scientech.com for a free quote today.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
You're listening to the 30th anniversary season of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball.
4-1, our score in favor of Lynchburg as the Hillcats trying to win their 5th game of the series, their 10th overall against the Red Sox. And the new pitcher on the bump for Salem allows us to close the book on Nathaniel Cruz. As Cruz, he went 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. The run, a solo home run from Esteban Gonzalez. The new pitcher on the bump for Salem, number 33, C.J. Wines. Right-hander, 6'3", 223 from Joliet, Illinois.
we saw Wines already in this series. He went 1 inning against Lynchburg on May 29th. Just 1 hit. The rest zeros. No walks, no strikeouts, no earned runs.
He'll face 8, 9, and 1 here in the 7th inning as the Hillcats look for some insurance. The 0-1 caught the zone, strike 2. Pastrano 0 for 1. He walked in his last plate appearance, but he's down in the count 0-2. It'll be interesting to see what they do when Ralphie Ramirez Jr. comes back into the lineup. How much playing time Pastrano and guys like Juan Benjamin or even Fran Aldui will see. Now that missed out wide 1-2 as Ramirez, a highly regarded prospect with a big bat. The 2-strike pitch. Pastrano tops it up the line, and it'll stay fair as Montero will touch it in fair territory, but he retires Pastrano for out number 1.
Good aggressive play by Montero to make sure he gets that ball early. If you let it lie any longer, that thing was trending foul. Gets Pastrano in time as well with a well-placed throw.
Some would argue in that situation, maybe the better play is just to let it go foul, but Montero thought that he had a chance to get Pastrano, especially since it was up the first baseline. I bet if it's on the third baseline that he probably lets it go, and they see if it drifts foul, but up the first baseline, a bit of an easier throw. Just had to loft it over the head of Pastrano as Aldui swings through it. He's 0 for 1. Two strikeouts on his ledger.
On the year for Wines. Got an ERA of 6.75, 12 innings. He's had 4 save opportunities, only able to make good on 2.
Aldui fouls it away, 1-2. Wines was all over the place in his college career. He went to Wabash Valley Community College, where he spent 2 seasons, 5-0, 54 strikeouts as a freshman. As as Dewey fouls it away. And then went 4-0 with a 1.93 ERA in 2020 with the community college. Then he transferred into the Gamecocks at South Carolina, where he made 16 appearances. He went 1-1 with a .50 ERA and 14 strikeouts in 2021 before he ended up transferring to Western Kentucky to be a Hilltopper. Dewey grounds it over towards second, a sidearm flip, a little low, but Lugo picks it out. 2 down.
It's clear Lugo is a first baseman. That's where he looks the most natural. And we kind of talked about this already early in the season, but, as Jordan Smith now is going to talk to Pacheco, pointing towards the pitch clock. Not sure if it's in regards to that or not. But I was just going to say about Lugo, you wonder if he's been playing in different spots, third in the outfield, because they want to try to get some versatility out of Lugo, or if it's just kind of like we need someone out there. We've got injuries. We don't have as much infielders on the roster as maybe we would like, especially with those injuries. And he's just been forced to head out there. In that case, you got to feel bad for him a little bit, to have to just grit your teeth and take one for the team.
We saw Delmarva do it last season, where they were moving guys all over the place, just trying to piece things together as Gonzalez fouls it away. Angel Tejada, a natural middle infielder last year, was playing right field and left field. Definitely not his natural position, and they were just moving guys all over the place. As Gonzalez takes a strike, 1-2. Gonzalez, a triple and a home run. He's got the 2 most difficult cycle elements out of the way. But he's down in the count, 1-2. The right-handed winds. Has it pumped foul. I think what Jordan Smith is arguing is the pitch count is dipping pretty low. It was down to 2 before Wines started his motion, so maybe he thought that there should have been a pitch clock violation, because Wines does pause for an extended period of time. 2-2.
Good catch. Something to keep an eye on for sure.
Wines pauses the 2-2. Ground ball over toward first. Lugo knocks it down. He can't smother it, and he'll have to eat it as Gonzalez hustling down the line. And as soon as you say he looks like a natural first baseman, he just beats it into the dirt.
He had to make a couple steps over to make the backhanded play. Certainly one you want if you're Lugo. But for Gonzalez, now you wonder, is that going to be an E3, or are they going to be generous, give him a single? Because if so, just be the double for the cycle. We're getting a little later in this ball game, so things would have to go right in more than one way for Esteban Gonzalez to get there.
He takes off. The pitch is in the zone. The throw down not in time. Montero was ready to head back to the dugout as he thought he made the perfect throw. They have given Esteban Gonzalez the single, which, based upon the decision-making from yesterday's ball game, when De Leon was granted a single on a ground ball to second, it makes sense. Velasquez now down in the count, 0-1. Now 0-2 as he fights through a fastball, or a changeup.
Stolen base for Gonzalez is 22nd on the season, which puts him one spot below Garcia of the Mudcats, who's got 23 coming into today.
He hasn't been able to run the bases very much recently.
He keeps hitting home runs.
Keeps hitting home runs, and when he does get a board, without hitting a home run, there seems to be a guy right in front of him. 2-strike pitch to Velasquez. Over toward third, gloved by Anderson, as Velasquez is retired for the final out of the inning. We head to the 8th. 4-1 advantage for Lynchburg on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
The YMCA has been serving Lynchburg and the surrounding community for years. With 2 Central Virginia locations, the YMCA has plenty to offer for kids and adults alike. To join or check out one of the classes, camps, or programs offered by the Y, visit ymcacva.org or stop in at their downtown or Jamerson locations. The YMCA is a proud partner of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball. Are you a fan of fireworks or collecting sports memorabilia? Or maybe instead of the bar, you want to spend your nights at the ballpark? Whatever your passion, the Lynchburg Hillcats have a mini plan package for you. Make sure to secure your tickets for every Thirsty Thursday, Freebie Friday, or fireworks show Saturday with one of our dated mini plans. Craving more baseball? Sign up for our 30-game mini plan. Not sure what games you want to go to? The Hillcats offer undated mini plans as well. For more information and to purchase your 2024 mini plan, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Well, you talked about him earlier, Connor. In the same breath as Matt Jasek, now he's backing him up. Jasek goes 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts as he hands the ball off to the left-hander, Steven Perez.
Perez picked up the save against Salem in his last outing. He went 2 1/3, no hits, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts through that time. His numbers on the season have just progressively gotten better and better. 2.14 ERA. He's got 2 saves to his name, 29 strikeouts, 12 walks. And he's not getting hit whatsoever. An average of 176 what hitters hold against him. The biggest thing for him, much like other Hillcat relievers, the home run ball, he's allowed 3. So 3 home runs on just 5 earned runs.
Miguel Blaze takes outside for ball 1. Blaze signed for a $1.5 million signing bonus as he lines that into left center field right on cue as we're talking about how much money he got paid. Proves why.
Yeah, that's why right there.
He has the potential to become a 5-tool center fielder. And he's got some raw power.
Sure
Still
does.
young and a nice, easy swing. It just looks easy for Blaze, and that's something that they were missing in their lineup this whole series. Antonio Anderson takes one downstairs, ball 1. This is a completely different ball club when Blaze is in the lineup compared to when he's not.
Absolutely. In the field, the batting order, you can tell with Blaze, like, it makes sense why he's the 4th-ranked prospect in the Red Sox organization.
Missed down low, 2-0. Anderson. Sometimes you may question why he's in the top 20 because of his batting average, but it's his patience at the plate that sets him apart. It's now 3-0. And you don't want to mess around right now if you're Steven Perez. If you walk Anderson, that brings the tying run to the plate in Nelly Taylor. And we've seen how that's gone. Ground ball up the middle. Napchik will take it himself to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. And that was perfectly timed and executed.
Sure was. And redemption for Napchik, who is able to turn the double play all on his own after the ball got out of his glove on the transfer earlier in this game. 2 big outs because, like you said, Nelly Taylor Jr. with a chance to tie the game. More times than not, when that's been the recipe for Salem this series, he's made good.
It looked like Napchik may have been caught in between going to the bag himself and flipping to Angel Hanau, and maybe just the thought of the transfer and things going awry by flipping it to Hanau. That could have unfolded, as that's in there 1-1.
Yeah, you could see Napchik was almost expecting Hanau to be a little bit more aggressive and heading toward the bag, and Hanau, I think, was like, that's all you, because he was played just behind the second base bag. Pretty easy route to take it himself.
Missing down and away, 2 balls and a strike. Taylor, an 0 for today. Yet to reach base in his 3 plate appearances. Chopped foul, 2-2. As he'll have, at minimum, 1 more pitch to try to get aboard. Maybe in this ball, Boyd losing 5 of 6 on the road. The 2-2 fought backwards toward the screen. And Taylor will stay alive.
For Salem, at this point, Lynchburg has secured the series win. Even with a Red Sox win today, it would be 4-2. And this is the first time that Salem has lost a series since Lynchburg handed them the 5-1 loss in April. So they were putting things together and nearing Lynchburg in the standings even, but that's changed in a hurry.
The 2-2, Taylor fouls it away. And get this, most teams, they're better playing at home. Salem, drastically different. On the road, they are 16-13 despite losing 4 out of 5 so far this week.
Right.
They're 8-13 at home, well below 500. The 2-2, called strike 3. Taylor frozen by the heater. He goes down looking, and it's a 1-2-3-8 for Steven Perez, as the Hillcats will have one more chance to tack on some insurance before the 9th on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Wondering how to buy tickets to minor league baseball games? Look no further than the Bally Live app. Download Bally Live today and you can buy tickets to your favorite minor league baseball games and watch in person. Can't make it to the ballpark? We got you. Watch every minor league baseball game for free on the Bally Live app all season long. Pick your favorite team, track stats, chat with friends, and earn rewards in the game center. Download Bally Live from the app or Play Store today.
We get it. Finding activities for groups can be difficult. The Lynchburg Hillcats want to make your life easier with our special group outings packages. No matter your group, spend the night out at the ballpark enjoying baseball with your favorite people. All group ticket packages come with discounted tickets, a PA and video board welcome, and the possibility for first pitches and on-field activities. Want to make the night extra special? Sign up for a group picnic and let the Hillcats take care of the details. For more information on groups or picnics, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
You're listening to Hillcats Baseball on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
4-1, Lynchburg in front as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. C.J. Wines remains on the bump. Jason Churio, Angel Hanau, Christian Knapchick, the heart of the order for the Hillcats, due up here in the 8th inning. As what a series. All these games have been tightly contested. Even the one game that was a big victory for Lynchburg, or for Salem rather, that was close until the 11th inning, and then Lynchburg, obviously, the 11-1 win on Friday night, which is kind of the lone outlier in this series of close games. Only a 3-run deficit for Salem here in the bottom half of the 8th inning.
That 11-run game or 10-run win for Lynchburg is the biggest win of the season for the Hillcats.
And it came in a night when a lot of their big-name prospects had the night off. Churio, Velasquez, Hanau, all of them getting a day of rest. As Churio takes down right at the knees for strike 1. Strike 2 as he topped it right at the dish.
Churio's got the longest active hit streak for a Hillcat after Angel Hanau's streak was snapped. Currently at 5 and could be in danger of his hot streak ending as well. You would expect this to be his last plate appearance, or things would either go really well for Lynchburg or really bad.
And the way this series has gone, you never know. The
Really
two-strike pitch. Churio punches it foul, third base side. Jordan Smith will kick stop it. Once again, the two-strike pitch from Wines. And Churio just able to get a piece of it. We have seen a lot of birds this week. And another set of birds low flying over the infield. We had one land in the outfield yesterday. There was one in the seats when I got here today, just minding its own business. It was a crow. Two-strike pitch to Churio. Fouled away.
Challenge pitch from Wines there. having trouble putting Churio away.
That's been something we've said about a lot of pitchers.
Yeah, he fights, and he said, okay, let's see what you got. 92, just about as hard as you're going to see him throw, right down the middle.
The 0-2 misses wide, 1-2. As the fifth pitch of the at-bat, he finally lays off one. Fouled away again. Boy, great at-bats from Jason Churio. Every time he steps into the box, you know he's going to go deep into the count. He doesn't swing freely. He fights off good pitches. And that's why his average is right around 290 as a 19-year-old. Here's the two-strike pitch. Out wide again, 2-2. Wines can't get him to chase. Right at the knees. That time, Churio knew it as he goes down looking to open up the eighth inning.
First strikeout for Wines on the day out of the pen. And you got to wonder for Churio, after battling so many borderline pitches off, why he decided to let that one by. Just frozen by the looks of things. That'll bring up Angel now, who's 2 for 3.
Hanau, a single and a double, and he scored on a wild pitch. It didn't really get that far away from the catcher. As he grounds it over toward first, Lugo will race him to the bag, and there's 2 down.
That leaves Christian Knapczyk. He's got an offer.
And did I miss something?
Yeah, I didn't see how this wouldn't be an easy out for Lugo.
The only thing I can think of is Lugo missed the bag?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, this is a play where you feel sorry for the scorekeeper unless we miss something blatant. I mean, he touched the bag from what I can tell off a second look. It looks like he got the corner.
Yeah, the first base umpire called him safe. Said Lugo never stepped on the bag. Wow. Okay. Knapczyk fights it off foul for strike one.
I mean, from every look I saw, including my first look, and then my second, taking a look at the broadcast, it looked like Lugo pretty firmly got contact with the side of the bag.
Swung on and missed by Knapczyk for strike two. Well, if he indeed did not, you just add it to the list of misplays by Lugo.
Yeah. It's officially ruled a fielding error.
I don't know if I have ever seen that one before.
Yeah.
I've seen pitchers miss the bag when they're trying to find it on a flip over to them, but I've never seen a first baseman just jog to first base and not touch the bag. Two-strike pitch over toward first. It'll be Wines who will scoop it late, and they just get him. Wines held onto it to the last minute. Looked like he was debating on what to do, on whether or not he trusted Lugo to have his foot there.
Second fielder's choice for Knapczyk today that moves Hanau over a bag. And yeah, to your point, just to wrap up the strange play at first. For a pitcher, usually when you see them go over the bag on a flip from the first baseman, they're running full tilt just about, which is when you can have errors of overstepping a bag. For Lugo, he was pretty nonchalantly heading towards first base, which is not necessarily the wrong play from Lugo because he had time. But now in scoring position for Wilfredo Antunes.
And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier in this ball game, where timely errors and timely misplays by Salem. This run comes home. That takes it from a 3-run deficit to a 4-run deficit. as Antunes pops it out of play. And that one run is a huge difference because you now have to then load up the bases if you're Salem if you want to try to win it. Whereas you get your first 2 runners aboard, and all of a sudden then you have the whole inning to work with. The 1-1 jam shot into shallow center. Blaise and Alcantara converging. It'll be Alcantara, the shortstop, who makes the play and who will allow Lugo to breathe a sigh of relief. We head to the 9th. Lynchburg trails by 3. Wow, no they don't. Lynchburg leads by 3 on the Lynchburg Hillcats radio network. If you haven't planned that vacation yet, start by checking Lynchburg Regional Airport. With our great round-trip airfares to many popular destinations, flying from Lynchburg is easy and affordable, offering daily departures on American Airlines to Charlotte with connections to over 170 non-stop destinations worldwide. To check airfares and book tickets, visit flylyh.com today and click Book Now. Prices are subject to change without notice, and certain restrictions apply. Advanced purchase is required and availability is limited. Your close and convenient connection. Check Lynchburg first.
The Battle of 460 returns as the Lynchburg Hillcats face off against the Salem Red Sox July 1st through the 6th at Bank of the James Stadium. Join us for Independence Day celebration on Thursday with the biggest fireworks show in the Hill City. This year, we'll be honoring the historic Bedford boys with specialty jerseys. Come back again on Friday as we give away a Hillcats patriotic cap. Then on Saturday, we'll turn our attention to a galaxy far, far away with the revenge of the 6th. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Steven Perez remains out there for the 9th inning as he looks to pick up another save. He's 2 for 2 in save opportunities on the season. Lynchburg leads it by 3. It'll be Alcantara, Lugo, and De Leon, the 3 up. Here in the 9th inning is Salem trying to scratch across a trio of runs to send this a little bit further down the line. Perez would like to have a word to make sure that does not happen, and Lynchburg can hit the road at Delmarva in good spirits. Speaking of Delmarva, their game has gone final with Carolina, and wouldn't you know it, their bullpen blew it again. They took the lead in the top of the 9th inning to go up 12-11 over Carolina, and then the bullpen gives up 2 in the bottom half of the 9 to win the ball game and sweep the series.
If things remain true from what we saw here at home, they're going to rebound against Lynchburg. Well, with the way Lynchburg's been rolling, who knows?
Marvin Alcantara takes down and away for ball 2. Boy. Just when Lynchburg needs Delmarva to do something, they do nothing. Literally nothing. High swinging strike. 2-2. Alcantara, though, he's had a nice series for Salem. 2 hits today. Has his average back above 200. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Well outside. Full count.
Team directly above Lynchburg, Fredericksburg, they lost to Down East, who sits half a game behind Lynchburg.
Here's the payoff. Called strike 3. Alcantara knew it right away. The fastball. And he could not pull the bat off his shoulders. Back-to-back looking strikes acquired by Steven Perez as Andy Lugo. Lugo fouls it away. His error in the bottom of the 8th inning is still as bizarre as it was in the moment when he just didn't touch first base. Almost looked like he was playing pitcher's poison.
Yeah, it was a weird one. It was a really weird one. Again, time wasn't really a factor on the play. He had a step or two on now.
The 1-1 breaking ball tipped right at the plate, 1-2. And the Hillcats, they have had Salem's number all season long. This is game number 12, and Lynchburg on the verge of winning 10 of them, which is a pretty solid percentage if you ask me. The 1-2, Lugo fished for it and will be retired for out number 2. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Perez dating back to the 8th inning. He's got 3, and the last hope for Salem is Framey De Leon.
You know, we talked about Delmarva's bullpen collapsing. Lynchburg, it feels like their bullpen is shoring up. Perez has been great. He's been amazing today. Jacek pitched well today and did earlier in the series. Jasiak yesterday held things down for Lynchburg for a stretch. You know, you got some guys now that I think you feel pretty confident in if you're Jordan Smith. And that's huge to be a successful, well-rounded ball club, as you were talking about earlier, Jason.
Well, De Leon was trying to tie the game with one swing of the bat and nobody aboard in a 3-run deficit with how hard he was swinging at that one. Trying to do it again, back-to-back mid-90s fastballs. And Salem immediately down to their final strike. As De Leon taking a lap to regroup after 2 massive swings for a guy who has no home runs this season. Perez rocks, kicks, delivers. And he misses down and away, 1-2. De Leon 0 for 3. Salem trailing by 3. The 1-2 pitch lined into left center field, dropping hard, and it will land in front of Gonzalez for a 2-out base hit, which will extend the ball game a little bit longer for Nathaniel Uten, who's 0 for 3.
Don't get too comfortable if you're Lynchburg here. We've seen some late game comebacks on either end in this series more times than not. So Perez, I mean, he's been great. He's got 3 strikeouts already. But you got to take care of business here.
Can't get too comfortable. Uten watches one downstairs. De Leon at first. His run is inconsequential. Uten, in and of himself, is an inconsequential run as well. The 1-0. High and tight. Ball 2.
Uten's got a pair of strikeouts today. Perez can run it up there on the right arm on 94 from the lefty with good run as well. I would challenge him with heaters here.
Oh, he did, but didn't really challenge him all that much. Just spun him out of the way, and if Uten gets aboard, that brings the tying run to the plate and Stanley Tucker.
That'd be worst case for Perez.
The 3-0. Finally finding the zone. 3-1.
With that, how the Red Sox have approached 3-0 counts. Thought Uten might have gotten the green light there. Maybe he did, just didn't like it.
Didn't get the call. Ball 4. And there's 2 aboard with 2 down. And now the tying run to the plate in Stanley Tucker. And things could change in a hurry here.
Here comes TA. A long, slow walk for Tony Arnold. If you're a pitching coach, or at least if I was a pitching coach, these types of mound visits would be my more frustrated ones. Especially that last at-bat to Uten, where it feels like you're just dancing around a guy who, worst case, if he takes you yard with one swing of the bat, like you said, inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. So, luckily for Perez, you're at the bottom of the order here for Salem. Stanley Tucker is 1 for 3 today with a single. It was softly hit. No homers on the season for Tucker either, so probably not all that worried about him tying this game right here, but if you're Salem and Tucker, that's not what you're looking for. You just want to keep things moving in the right direction. Base runners, base runners, base runners. That's how you mount a comeback.
Tucker watches a first pitch strike, 0-1. We said that Taylor hadn't had any home runs, and then all of a sudden he hits 2 in this series, both to tie the ball game. So maybe Tucker has some magic in his hat. It's the 0-1. Out wide, 1 ball, 1 strike. De Leon at second. Uton at first. The 1-1 from Perez. Tipped right at the plate. And Salem once again down to their final strike.
Challenged him with a heater at 93. Down the middle and up. Stanley's eyes lit up. Couldn't make contact. Or much contact, that is.
The 2-strike pitch. In the dirt. Good block by Lopez to keep that one in front.
Certainly a good block. Good watch from Tucker not to get fooled on the breaking ball. Puts himself in a good count to see another fastball, which could be ready for this time.
Perez pauses. The 2-2. Upstairs, they appeal on a check swing. He did not go around, and it's a full count. So Perez on the verge of loading up the bases. Action will happen here. The runners will get a head start on a 3-2 count to Stanley Tucker. If he gets aboard, Juan Montero waits on deck. The 3-2. Tipped right at the plate. Pacheco got the worst of it, as he needs a moment to recover. As that caught him flush on the mask. So we will delay ourselves for a moment and regroup.
93 out of the hand for Perez. Pretty close to it off the bat, straight back into the mask. He's confident that he can locate it, and that's the big thing.
Once again, the payoff. He popped it up. Shallow left field. Hanau calling everybody off in foul territory. Makes the grab. Ball game. Lynchburg wins 5 of 6 as they knock off Salem 4-1. We'll step aside and recap it all when we come back on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Lynchburg Hillcats are ready for a summer of fun with a fresh slate of weekly promotions for you and your family to enjoy. Every Tuesday, get a free ticket to the next Tuesday home game as part of our 2 for Tuesday promotion. Wednesday is Weenie Wednesday with hot dog deals each week, and Thursday we'll bring back our traditional Thirsty Thursday with drink specials all night long. On Friday, join us for Freebie Friday for a new giveaway each week. We'll have fireworks every Saturday night, and kids can eat free each Sunday during the season. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
The Battle of 460 returns as the Lynchburg Hillcats face off against the Salem Redsox July 1st through the 6th at Bank of the James Stadium. Join us for Independence Day celebration on Thursday with the biggest fireworks show in the Hill City. This year, we'll be honoring the historic Bedford boys with specialty jerseys. Come back again on Friday as we give away a Hillcats patriotic cap. Then on Saturday, we'll turn our attention to a galaxy far, far away with the revenge of the 6th. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
The final out has been recorded, and it's time for us to recap the ball game. Coming up on the Hillcats postgame show, we'll scan the scores from across the league and give you an update on the Carolina League standings, along with previewing the next game. But first, to cover the box score and name tonight's Hillcat hero, here's Jason Prill.
4-1 our final score as Lynchburg wins 5 of 6 over the Red Sox this series. They've won 10 of 12 against their I-460 rivals as they have absolutely dominated this matchup all season long. Our Hillcat hero for today, we're going to go with Angel Hanau. He got aboard 3 times, including the first run of the ball game, which he really made happen all by himself. It was a wild pitch that didn't get far away from the catcher, and he just booked it for home in full confidence and speed. He was able to beat the throw and actually got caught right on the hip. That was after a double to open up the frame in the second. Then he would pick up a single in the 6th and reach on an air in the 8th inning in what was a confusing fashion, but obviously his speed and aggression paying dividends for a defensive Lugo, which just could not find any luck this week. As we await for our pregame interview, I believe we're going to get Angel Hanau. As here he comes out of the dugout. Angel Hanau, tonight's Hillcat hero. Let's toss it down and hear what he has to say.
Man, Angel's been such a great series, man. What do you attribute such a strong offensive series to? What was the credit to that?
¿Cuál es el crédito para una buena ofensiva que tuvimos esta semana?
Tratar de entrar al juego a coger buenos turnos y a coger buenos picheos.
Go to the home plate, try to get a great at-bats, take a good pitches.
Amazing. As we're walking on to Tuesday for Delmarva, what's the most important thing heading into next week?
Entonces, pensando ya para el martes contra Damalva, ¿qué es lo que tenemos que pensar para la próxima semana?
Have a good off day, good rest, and ready to go.
Try to rest on the off day, and then just be good to go on Tuesday.
What a series, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, guys. See you.
That was Angel Hanau. Helps if I unmute my microphone. Lynchburg winning it 4-1 once again. Angel Hanau, your Hillcat hero for tonight. Another Hillcat hero that we could talk about, Esteban Gonzalez. He scored 2 runs, a home run and a triple, and a single as well as he finished a double shy of the cycle. Only 1 run on the board for Salem. That came in the 2nd inning. Marvin Alcantara would single and come around to score on an Andy Lugo double. So, Lynchburg wins it today 4-1 as Connor, a great series, and they just had Salem's number all series.
Yeah, second 5-1. Lynchburg is handed Salem this year. And, you look at the Hillcats record through the months. In April, 11-10. May, 16-12, a little bit better. So far in June, so far so good. 2-0. So they've gotten better through April to May, hoping to do the same here in June. And June is always a big month, especially with how close the North Division is. We're going to check up in that in just a moment. But overall for Lynchburg, offense was on point. You got some really good starts littered throughout the series in the bullpen. That's the biggest thing, especially later in this series. That really came up huge for Lynchburg. You're going to need that to continue against Delmarva, who's skidding after a really tough series against the Mudcats. But we've seen what they can do when they're on top of our game right here at home. So by no means can Lynchburg take their foot off the gas pedal at all against the last place Shorebirds. They got to bring it and then get back ready for the Green Jackets series, but we got to wait till that.
Well, we'll step aside. When we come back, Connor will preview the series against Delmarva a little bit more closely and also give you an update of what's happening around the Carolina League here this afternoon. Lynchburg wins it 4-1. I'm Jason Prill saying good night, God bless, and go Hillcats.
You've probably heard the old saying, the best things in life are free. But do you believe it? The Lynchburg Hillcats want to make sure you and your kids do. Sign your kids up for Southpaw's Free Kids Club and experience the best free activity your money can't buy. All Kids Club members receive complimentary tickets to 5 designated Kids Club games, Virginia 529 Fun Zone passes for the whole season, and exclusive autograph sessions with players. Kids 12 and under can sign up at lynchburg-hillcats.com to activate their Kids Club membership today. We get it. Finding activities for groups can be difficult. The Lynchburg Hillcats want to make your life easier with our special group outings packages. No matter your group, spend the night out at the ballpark enjoying baseball with your favorite people. All group ticket packages come with discounted tickets, a PA and video board welcome, and the possibility for first pitches and on-field activities. Want to make the night extra special? Sign up for a group picnic and let the Hillcats take care of the details. For more information on groups or picnics, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
You're listening to the 30th anniversary season of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball.
4-1, Lynchburg wins it. They take Game 6, take the series 5-1 over their Commonwealth rivals. Virginian rivalry between the Hillcats and the Salem Red Sox. But today, and this season, it has been all Lynchburg in 2024. They've got Delmarva on the road next. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, let's recap around the league our scores so far on this Sunday. We've got a couple games that haven't even started up quite yet, but they're going to set to get going in an hour or so we can preview those as well. Those games not that consequential when it comes to Lynchburg's North Division standings. So our finals, down east, they topple Fredericksburg 9-6. The Wood Ducks getting the better of the Frednats overall in that series. Carolina, they dominate Delmarva 13-12, another close one. But the Mudcats, they come out on top at 5 County Stadium. Kannapolis, they win 7-2 over Columbia. The pitching rolling for the Cannonballers. The hitters probably even better as of late, just saying something. Gordon picks up his third win of the season. Here in Lynchburg, 4-1, Hillcats on top. 5:05 p.m. Eastern start for Fayetteville, so they're going to get going in about 30 minutes or so, and then a 6:05 p.m. Eastern Carolina League nightcap at Myrtle Beach Pelican Ballpark. They'll host the Charleston River Dogs. With that, let's look towards the standings. Carolina on top, 13-17. Lynchburg, they finally caught Fredericksburg, 29-22. They're both tied for second place, although they're 4 games out. Fredericksburg, they've lost their last 2. Lynchburg, they've won their last 3. Carolina, though, 6-game win streak after they take every single game against Delmarva. They're 8-2 in their last 10. So it's Lynchburg. They're also 8-2 in their last 10. Down East, 7-3 in their last 10. They've been playing good baseball, 1-2 straight over Frednats. 28-22 for the Wood Ducks, 4.5 games out of first. And then Salem and Delmarva, they're the 2 teams in the bottom, probably out of things at this point. Delmarva certainly is. Salem, you'd have to think, is too. 24-27 on the year for Salem, as they've lost 3 straight. Delmarva, 15-35. They've lost 8 in a row. Kannapolis on top in the South, 31-19. Columbia in second place. Fayetteville third. Columbia 6.5 from first. Fayetteville 7. Myrtle Beach 7.5 as of now. Augusta and Charleston in the basement, 10.5 games from first place. Kannapolis on a 5-game win streak. For Lynchburg, they'll face off against Delmarva, who, as I just said, 15-35 on the season. They've lost 8 straight. Just 1 for 9 in their last 10.